What's up everybody? In this video I will show you how I cleaned and lubricated my bathroom fan. The first step is to turn off the switch that provides power to the fan. I'm going to use the step stool to get me high enough to work on it comfortably. You can see how dusty it is. There is a plastic tab here on the light cover that clips into the vent area. I used my keys to press the tab towards the center and allow it to come down. Now we have to remove the light bulb. The rest of the cover and light socket are held in by this one nut. It's a 3/8 inch nut. Before we do that, I want to vacuum some dust with my car vac here. Now I can remove the nut by hand. Hold it all together as you bring it down. This light socket is held here by this outlet. Unplug it and bring it down. It's really dusty in here. It's hard to see the screws, so I use my vacuum to clean off as much dust as I could. I want to bring down the fan to clean it thoroughly. The power cable for the fan is here. The fan is attached to this metal plate here. I see a lot of screws, but I only need to find the screws that attach the metal plate to the whole casing. Some metal plates are attached with 1 screw or 2 screws, or like in this case, 3 screws. These are the 3 screws that need to come out before the metal plate with the fan can come down. Let's disconnect the fan. I got this screw out, this screw out, and now for the third. When I removed the last screw, the fan and metal plate came down and rested here. When you remove the last screw, hold the fan and plate in case it falls down. It's still locked in right here. So I need to pull the fan and plate towards me to release it from here, and then it can tilt down and out. This is 12 years of accumulated dust. This is the space where the fan goes into, and here is the flap and the duct going into the attic. You can clean the fan with brushes or liquids like soap and water. If you use liquids, you will have to lubricate the fan bearings. You can use any cleaning spray that you want. I'm making my own cleaning spray out of these items here. You don't have to follow my recipe. In here is lye, also known as caustic soda, also known as sodium hydroxide. Wear gloves when working with this. This is an air conditioner coil cleaner, and I have some soap for lubrication and cleaning. The idea was to use 1/3 of lye, 1/3 of coil cleaner, and 1/3 of water, and a squirt of soap. Well, I forgot the water, and so this stuff was extra strong. I sprayed everything, let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, rinse with water. If you get lye on your grass, it will kill it. You can at least add some water to the grass to dilute the lye. The grass will come back if you keep watering it. Here's everything clean and drying in the sun. I put everything back together, and at first it seemed okay. But then later that night, it was noisy. Those bearings are asking for some oil. Here is a bearing in the front and another in the back of the fan motor. You need to lubricate those bearings because soap and water will remove the lubrication from those bearings. You can't just spray oil from the outside and call it a day. If you don't open the motor, you're not going to lubricate it well. Let me show you how to take it apart to properly lubricate the bearings. The fan is held on this shaft by this locking washer. I use my small flathead screwdriver to remove it. I insert the screwdriver, turn it to pry up, spin the fan, pry up again, spin the fan until it came out. I use 2 hands to pull the fan off. Now you can see the bearing better. The motor and fan are held onto the plate by these 2 nuts. Mine were 8mm or 5/16. With the nuts off, you can set the plate to the side. I made sure to note how the cable routes through the plate. Take photos if you need to. There are 2 bearings, one here and the other here. Remember these screws? They are Torx head screws. You have to unthread them before taking them off. I'm lifting only the top bearing out and leaving the bottom bearing in place. The top bearing got some oil by squirting into it from the outside, but it's still not enough. The bottom bearing got very little oil. That's probably why the fan was noisy. You can use 3-in-1 oil. I'm using synthetic engine oil that I use for my car. I also cleaned the shaft and added more oil to the top bearing. Put the motor back in, tighten down these bolts. The fan locks onto the shaft through this flat part here. I tapped in the locking nut at the top and reinstalled the fan. This is what a 70 CFM fan sounds like. Is it like brand new? Of course not, but I'm very happy with this. Let me share some final thoughts. These fans have a CFM rating. CFM stands for cubic feet per minute. Higher CFM fans move more air, but they're also louder. So a 70 CFM fan will be louder than a 50 CFM fan. Your fan should have a label on it with the information of your fan CFM. If your bathroom fan is dirty or noisy, try to clean it and lubricate it yourself, or buy a new fan and motor and replace it yourself. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check the video description for links and additional information.